Welcome to Her Hoop Stats. I'm Helen Williams, and I'm here with Cindy Brunson. We are at the Final Four. We just finished watching practices for UCLA and South Carolina. And Cindy, I was so excited because it was a huge crowd.
Oh, it was amazing. Everybody understood the assignment, especially Gamecock Nation. I think everybody wanted to pour extra love and support into Don Staley today after what we saw happen in the semifinals.
Yeah, Gino was a little, let's say, whiny. I'm going to be nice.
Just
with
a smidge, yes.
Just a tad. If you didn't watch the game yesterday, there was a little brouhaha at the end where he said something and she said some other stuff.
Yes.
And Dawn's from Philly, and she's not really going to take a whole lot of mess.
Yeah.
So.
But I tell you what, I love the fact that somebody woke up in the state of Connecticut, in Gamble, stores, wherever, in close proximity to Gino Auriemma and said, words need to be said to rectify the situation. And he admitted he was in the wrong. Now, I do have a problem with the fact that Don was not mentioned by name in the apology, but the apology came out.
Yeah, and when you're in a game like that, everything it's frustrating. I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking from a coach's standpoint, he is frustrated.
Yes,
it is. It's not going the way he'd like.
No,
it's beyond his control. Can't do much. And if you're a coach in that situation, you got to yell at somebody.
And that's what he did with Holly Rowe.
You got to yell at somebody, and he just went off with Holly.
Yep.
And I think that was part of it too, but not to excuse his behavior at the end.
But you can understand, right? Everything had gone well. No losses on the season.
38-0.
Yes, 38-0. The expectation is to repeat as champions, not just get to the championship game, but to get chip number 13. That's the bar. And when it was going completely sideways for him, you could see the tension build quarter by quarter. And I'm sitting here trying to look up, when is the last time UConn went into a fourth quarter in a deficit? Like, I can't even remember when.
I think 6 points was the largest deficit they had the whole season.
Right.
Which brings me to the point about their schedule.
Yes.
Right. So I think Michigan was one of the only teams that sort of held them, to bay where they were.
North Carolina.
North
Carolina won the first quarter, held them to a then season low 63.
Yeah, Tennessee for a smidge. So they had not really been tested on this level with this much on the line.
With this much length, with this much tenacity. And Raven Johnson is going to look so good in the WNBA. Oh my goodness gracious. When she started D'ing up Sarah Strong on the low block, I literally took to the socials. Raven on Sarah, low block, is giving me life with the fire emoji, because it was just, all I could think of was Tosh Cloud. Dog, D-A-W-G, doesn't matter the size differential, whatever. It's just the defensive fundamentals, the footwork. She proved she can compete big time at the next level, as if there was any doubt.
It's like all our guards. We want to be post players. So, however we can go up against the big people is how we're going to do it. But she played phenomenal. Dawn's rotation these last 4 weeks.
Oh, masterclass.
If you look at them from the beginning, obviously they were good, but the maturity level, the consistency, the chemistry, and just pulling the right strings at the right time, their rotation was phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely. So much fun to watch. And for me, I love an upset. UConn went into that game as 6.5-point favorites, and we had an upset in game 1 and in game 2. Kind of a rock fight for a minute. Yeah. And for me, it wasn't even that the teams weren't ready for the moment or that they just weren't shooting well. You could blame it on the rims or the new balls or whatever. But I think the officiating for both games just has to level up. We cannot have officials that aren't ready to meet the moment with the size, strength, and physicality of these Division I athletes now.
Yeah, you have to be consistent with the calls for both games. I think it was 17-20 at halftime, the UCLA game, and lots and lots and lots and lots of turnovers.
Yes. 23 for UCLA. Yeah. So uncharacteristic.
But they didn't take advantage of those turnovers.
No.
And they didn't. They only turned into 15 points on
Mhm.
turnovers.
Yeah. So, and I hate to see Madison Booker, who's such an elite player. I mean, right before the game tipped off, they announced that she won the Cheryl Miller Award for a third time. And to see her have such a rough shooting night was heartbreaking. But I know her revenge tour is going to be legendary.
But let's give both teams that won credit for making it very difficult
Yes.
for the offensive
Mhm.
for the team. I thought South
Yes.
Carolina made UConn just work really, really hard
Mhm.
for their shots, and I thought UCLA just made Texas take everything. It was all contested.
Yes.
So the
Angela
defense-
Dugalich on Madison Booker was top tier defense. And then when you can throw to 6'7", Lauren
Throw it,
Betts,
hands
right?
up there, you just throw it.
She would check out of the game and I would go to my sister, Kim, who's with me. The offense just checked out. Oh, she's at the scoring table. The offense just checked back in, right? There's just, it reminds me of when Gino used to say, I have Diana, they don't. I have Maya, they don't. Corey Close can say, I have Lauren Betts, and they don't.
Yeah, I mean, and so when you have that,
Mm-hmm.
you're a great coach.
Yes, yeah.
But true to form, defense wins championships, and that's, I think, what we're going to see tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think we will see better shooting. It is going to happen. I'm putting it into the atmosphere at Mortgage Matchup Center here. We're going to see better shooting because you know what I saw today at both practices? Shots falling with ease. Everybody's getting comfortable. I think this extra opportunity in front of thousands of fans, and I'm going to put it, literally thousands. For a practice, the players felt really comfortable, and you could see that with the shots falling.
Yeah, I think tomorrow, the big thing for me is going to be extra possessions. Ooh. You get extra possessions from steals or you get extra possessions from offensive rebounds. Those are going to, that to me is going to determine who's going to win that game because you've got talent on both sides.
Yep.
And now you've got South Carolina, the rotation coming off the bench for both sides. I think that's going to be a big key. Yeah, the differentiator for South Carolina in that matchup against the Huskies was on the glass. The rebound margin was stout. And if that is something that South Carolina can again match against UCLA, that it's going to be spicy. I cannot wait. And can I just get this off my chest? Uh-oh. As I know, where's my soapbox? As we were watching UCLA and I'm listening to Corey Close get interviewed by Holly Rowe, all I could think to myself was how much I miss the Pac-12 in its original iteration. Corey Close, when she took the job at UCLA, she spoke it into existence. I am going to take this team not only to a Final Four, we're going to win a championship because they've got the AIAW from 78. It doesn't count because the NCAA hasn't folded it in. But Corey was very adamant in manifesting, we're going to do this. And my old heart wishes UCLA was still in the Pac-12 because to see all of that blue and gold on the floor and in the stands and not representing the Wizard of Westwood's conference, it doesn't hit right. Well, we shall see. I mean, I really enjoyed this whole thing because the coaches were interacting with the fans. Fantastic. Dawn did her tour around the arena. At the beginning. She wasn't even paying attention to practice. She was taking pictures. No, she was signing her book. Signing a book, autographs, which is great. And then Corey Close did the same thing. So I think it was great for the fans. Yes. Let me just say, NCAA, could you just make it a little bit easier for people who want to come to the practices? You had to get tickets. I only got tickets. I was lucky because my friend had gotten them, and then you had your own little situation. Kerfuffle. So NCAA, because they say free, open to the public, so you pull up, and you don't expect there to be another level to get to. And if an event is free, why do I need a ticket? If it's $3.99, it's $3.99 with no muss, no fuss. And you know it was bad because the ticket folks were apologizing for all of the mess. So just a little hiccup. Everybody got in. But I thought it was great for the fans, especially the kids. There were a lot of kids there. And that's a great way. This was a great way to grow the game for women's basketball. I tell you what,
14 different teams have won an NCAA women's basketball championship in our history. If UCLA cuts down the nets, that would be 15 different teams. That is what I am hoping for, just because it's historic. I love South Carolina. If they win, I'm cool. I don't have a horse in this race. But to grow the game, we need more people cutting down nets. And I think this is Corey Close's best chance with all of that senior leadership. Everything that is going to graduate and walk out the door and leave a completely different Bruins roster next year, I kind of feel like it's now or never.
I'm satisfied either way. You got two great programs. You got two great coaches. I just want a great game.
Well, and me, it's an all-female. All the women made it to the championship, and I love that with every fiber of my being. Yeah.
So games tomorrow, 3:30
Eastern.
3:30 Eastern.
Yeah,
okay.
12:30 out here in the
We're
West.
This beautiful Arizona
Yes.
weather. It's been great.
And you see, I'm a native. I'm in long sleeves because
yeah.
this isn't quite warm yet, but you know,
Yeah.
I'll handle it.
So Eastern Standard Time. So please
Yes.
watch it. Have eyes on it. We want to have the great numbers
Yes.
next week when they tell us how many people have watched the game.
Yes, because both coaches said today, this is great. We love all of this, but we're still growing this, and that takes you, the fan.
So do your part. All right, that's it for Cindy. I'm Helen. Thanks for listening to her Hoop Stats, and we will see you tomorrow for sure.
Yes.